Hello and welcome to Neptune. You'll never guess what I'm about to tell you on this video, and you'll never guess that this could be a Neptune video, because we take Neptune as a planet that is all easy breezy, so good, lemon squeezy, so flowy, so fantasy related, yet that is the depth that is under, and that is the power that relies under all the fairy vibes and the fantasy world. This is the god of sea, Poseidon. Neptune is the first totally unconscious planet that we have. Only Neptune and Pluto are the planets of the unconscious. And I feel it coming in my back right now. Neptune is therefore the first time we connect with something that we can't really control. We can't control it at all. When we reach the social planets, Jupiter and Saturn, we start to feel that we have little control. When we get to Neptune, there is none control whatsoever. You can't control your dreams. You can't control your fantasies. You can't control the drifting of your mind. You can't control your imagination. That is what Neptune is all about. Neptune is the planet that explains that there is absolutely no difference in between vision and illusion in terms of where it comes from. It's a product of fantasy. Neptune also instigates this idea that most things are actually vision. For Neptune is the planet of sight, not the vision of color and the spectrum of human vision that I'm talking about. I'm talking about the inner vision, the vision of your fantasy world, the vision of your imagination, the vision that is trapped inside your skull. Neptune actually states and teaches us that most of what we perceive as imagination is actually vision. It's actually insight. It's actually foresight. How many times are you just walking somewhere and some thought comes to you? Very usual in the shower. You take a shower, you go to the beach, you are, relaxed and loose, and suddenly a vision comes to you. A person, a phone call, a dish, an animal, a place, something comes to you. That is vision. Imagination, however, happens when you're reading a book that's describing a certain place or a certain character. And then your mind creates an image out of it that is fabricated and kind of forced in the sense of you're thinking about it. You're actively thinking about it. Neptune brings sight because that's the first gateway towards your unconscious mind, towards the deep, powerful psyche that you have guarding your whole self. It also tells us and teaches us that to be able to achieve all the depth of our faith and all the pure connection we have with the universe, we must be relaxed. Neptune is therefore the planet where we learn more about manifestation, the hot topic of the 2000s, isn't it? Because it's when you finally understand that things come to fruition, things actually happen when you are in a serene state. Now, let's not confuse serenity with passiveness. Let's not confuse serenity with being quiet. Let's not confuse serenity with being still, because there is absolutely nothing still about that, but it's serenely convoluted. And that is the beauty of your imagination. That is the beauty of your vision. That is the beauty of insight. It comes abruptly, and then you don't know what to do with it. You fall into the depth of Neptune, you start getting confused, you start to dissolve in your own mind, you start to dissolve in your own thoughts, you feel you're going insane, and every time there's a crazy Neptune transit in the sky, you feel exactly like that. You feel like you're a cloud. If you have a cloud fascination, it's very likely that you have a lot of aspects to Neptune in your birthday. Yet, there's only one way to fight the ocean. There's only one way to find that depth. that inner unknowing realm of fascination and immenseness. Because that's why so many people are frightened of the ocean, right? The ocean is immense. There's yet only one way. You either drift away and you float, or if you try to control it, you drown. That is exactly how every transit of Neptune must be navigated. You either float and you trust the confusion, you trust the fogginess, and you trust that feeling of insanity you momentarily have, or you get washed away in your own thinking. You get washed away in your own thoughts. You get washed away in all the ramifications and possibility, all the ifs and shoulds that all your mind brings to you. All of that is Neptune craziness. He's not doing anything to you. He simply is like that. If you want to sturm this, steering wheel, let's go. Let me take you on the roller coaster of being insane. How many Adderalls for you, But if you flow, if you manage to stay still and let all that water wash all over you, but not necessarily become part of you, if you stop thinking about the emotion and you just let your body feel the emotion without being reactive to it, and here you find the serenity you need to navigate every transit of Neptune. And even though there are crazy waves around Neptune, and there are crazy storms at sea that we have to deal with, that's not always the case. So it doesn't always have to be a thunderstorm. It doesn't have to be always a tsunami. Because this is also how Neptune feels. We have a saying in Portuguese that is like, dreams command life. And that is the matter from which Neptune is built. Neptune brings this fascination of dreams, of the dream realm, of everything that is fantasy, but mostly the concept that actually things might look impossible and unattainable, but that's exactly the point why you should go on after them. When on a Neptune transit and through the Neptune journey, you start feeling as if your body, your mind and your emotions are in the realm of dreams. It's very soft, it's very tender. You yourself are very sensitive, and that sensitivity must be respected. Neptune asks you to be on your own, to isolate, to rest, to sleep, to take the luxury of time to yourself, so that you can gaze and dive into that dream world, and slowly you start taking action. And Neptune also brings something that's very dream-related. Somehow, we put so much rules in ourselves, because all the planets that come before, that are like the stages upon which we need to go through until we reach the Neptune stage, require a lot of rationality and effort and thinking. But when you reach Neptune, you realize it's all about playful serenity. You just have to be one with the silence of the universe, so to say. And in that sense, things flow to you. You just align with self with your dream. You understand the things you want to create, the things you want to manifest. And then somehow the right person comes in, the right opportunity comes in. You are given a day off that you've needed. You are given the objects and the materials and the resources that you've needed. And that's how you float in that transit. Don't try to intellectualize it. Just when the wave is big, the same thinking applies when the waves are low and soft. Just don't think, just feel. Let it go through you. Go within, understand what you want, stay in that fantasy land, escape inside yourself, so to say. Because if we try to force material life on a Neptune transit, if we try to force rationality into a Neptune transit, if we try to force the maximum state of Saturn, which is that hyper-realism, into the wave and the storm of Neptune, we're just going to get lost. Even if it's slow, even if it's soft. So accept the sensitivity that this requires and just float. and keep it private, because you have the luxury to do that in Neptune. Neptune is all about luxury. Neptune is all about luxury. That is what is required for you to reach the transcendent state. You sublimate yourself. You are solid and suddenly you become vapor. You are vapor and then you become solid. You don't really go through the liquid state. You just transcend whatever emotion or energy you have to transcend. Speak in energy and speak in frequency. Just like Tesla said, one who understands the universe understands that everything is frequency. Which is the same to say that everything is sound, but anyway, other video. Take a step forward in dissolving in this. And don't worry, it won't last forever. Don't worry that you don't feel your feet are on the ground. Enjoy this cloud of dreams and fantasy. It's not going to last forever. But don't try to put a contour around it. For dreams, come on, life. Always. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you feel this astrology approach is for you, do like, subscribe and share it with friends who feel are aligned with you as well. My intention for this channel in this early stage is just to reach as much people as possible and align them with the kind of message that I want to put out in the world. To me, astrology is not about forecasting or predictions. It's about exactly what I explained in this video. Knowing how to use Neptune when its transits are rather good or bad, easy or hard, so that you can know how to navigate yourself best to have a happier life. That's the point of astrology after all. So I'll see you on the next one. I do hope you enjoyed this video. It was really fun for me to do. And I'll see you on the next one. Now I'm going to enjoy this week. Until then, stay light, stay good.